Hey everyone, this is Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today we're going to be talking about some ways you can give back to the community on a budget. So hopefully some of these ways will allow you to give of yourself without having to take out that checkbook or credit card or even your debit card. So there are lots and lots of ways that you can give back to your community, to your church, to your neighbors without ever having to spend a dime. I've been doing it for over 20 years. So here are some of the ways we in our household give back to our community without having to spend money out of our paycheck. So the first category is going to be a gift of things. So giving your things to others helps you declutter your household, provides you a tax write-off, and helps others in your community. So one of the things we have a lot of extra is eyeglasses, because I do have to change my prescription once a year. My eyes are getting steadily worse. My husband is now wearing eyeglasses. My aunt wears eyeglasses. So we always have some extra eyeglasses around that we don't need anymore. And if the prescription is out of date, we don't use those because it can hurt our eyes. So you can actually donate your used prescription eyeglasses to others who need them. So donate them to places like the Lions Club. Search for donation of eyeglasses online. They will either find somebody with your prescription, or they will remove the lenses and reuse the frames. They will even repair some minor damage to things like lenses or frames in order to donate them. So eyeglasses, as you know, are very, very expensive, and there are people in the world that cannot afford them. So be sure to donate your used ones and don't throw them away. Number two is something that I have a little bit of trouble parting with, and that is used books. But if you do have books in your household, especially things like used textbooks or kids books that you're not going to use anymore, be sure and donate them to others who do need them. So they're not doing any good sitting on your shelf. If you can't sell them for extra money, the library is always taking donations. They usually sell them in their used book sales in order to buy new library editions of books that the community wants. You can also donate them to places like women's shelters, and I have also donated eyeglasses as well as toys and clothes and other things to halfway houses for foster kids. I will talk about this in the future of this video, but I used to be a mentee to a foster child, and they actually lived in a house with a bunch of other foster children before they got foster placement. So it was kind of like an orphanage, but it was for teens, and they didn't have a lot in that house. They just provide them with necessities. So donating books, especially young adult books, is a great thing to do. It gives them something to do and keeps them from just watching TV all the time. Number three is clothing. I will admit that I do sell a lot of clothing on places like Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace. You can go ahead and view my video for the Facebook Marketplace sales up above. But if you're not up for that, be sure to go through your closets once every 6 months and pull out clothing you don't need. Go ahead and donate that clothing to places like homeless shelters, women's battered shelters, again, those halfway houses for kids, because they only get necessities. They don't get a lot of extras. Or look up other places in your area that are accepting donations. I would recommend them donating to places that are actually going to use them, such as the shelters, rather than places that are going to sell them for a profit like Salvation Army. So donating your clothes is a great thing to do to get rid of some clutter and give back to the community. Number four is towels, sheets, blankets, and other assorted linens. So you can donate these, even if they are in poor condition, to places like pet shelters, foster moms of pets, and things like that. So we donate those things when they're absolutely at their end of life to the SPCA, because the SPCA is always looking for towels or blankets, preferably small throw blankets that they can wash easily and put in crates for puppies and kittens and things like that. But you can also donate bigger things like bedspreads and things like that, again, to homeless shelters or other places that accept donations of linen. So just look it up online for your area. There will be some places accepting those linens. There's of course other things that you can do with them, but make sure that you're not tossing them in the waste. Number five is household items. You can donate these to charity shops, of course, because they're not really something that the homeless shelters are going to use. But we donate all sorts of things to the proper local thrift store in our area. And what I mean by that is you're looking for one that actually donates proceeds to a charity organization that you support. So the local SPCA thrift store in our area donates their proceeds to the no-kill shelter in our area. So we donate all of our extra household items, lamps, appliances, things like that, to this shop because their proceeds go to a charity that we support. New category, another one that's going to cost you little to no money, is gifts that you make or grow. So if you're good at baking items, you can actually bake things and donate them to neighbors in need. Charity bake sales and school bake sales always are looking for baked things. So if you don't have a kid at a local school, you can actually contact the office of the school, find out when their next bake sale is, and you can still donate baked goods to them. So if you just enjoy baking, you can do that. Retirement homes in your local area, be sure to check with the organization before you donate, because some people don't take baked goods baked out of your homes, but there are lots of places that still do. 2, if you're a gardener, you may know that some things produce lots and lots of fruits and veg. So if you're not a canner and you get more than you can actually use and you don't put those things up for the future, be sure to donate them. So we always would start with our neighbors, family members, and if none of them want them or can use them, you can actually donate fresh produce to local soup kitchens, because they will use them and they never get enough. Number 3, if you're not big on growing fruits and veg, don't worry, you can still grow beautiful flowers for your garden. Grow more than you need, grow pots and pots more than you need, because seeds are plentiful, right? You always have more seeds than you need. So grow those things, and then you can donate potted plants to retirement homes, you can donate them to your kids' teachers, you can even grow enough to donate to events. So you can donate to things like birthday parties and weddings and funerals for people that can't afford to purchase floral arrangements at local floral stores. So if you love flowers, go ahead and grow them en masse and then donate the ones that you don't need. The next category is gifts of your time, and this is my absolute favorite. I have always done this since I was about 18 years old, maybe even before that. When I was about 16 years old, I started volunteering. So I have done all sorts of things. I volunteered as a mentor for a foster kid. There was a local mentorship program in our area, and each volunteer got a foster kid to take out once a week to things like baseball games and movies, and the foster association actually provided the tickets for those. So it really didn't cost me anything but my time to support a foster kid in my area. I have also done something for years, which I really love, is donate my time to the theater. So I don't donate to our local theater now, but I used to donate to a big, huge theater in my area. When I lived in the Bay Area, I donated for the local repertory theater my time. So I would be a volunteer usher for 2 to 3 shows for every show during the season, and I would usher people in before and after the show, and I actually got to sit in the theater during the show for absolute free. So I was saving $40 to $200 per show on tickets and getting to watch the show for free, as well as donating my time as an usher. So look for opportunities like that as well to donate your time. You can donate your time to the local dance studio, anything you want and you're interested in. Just call them up and ask them if they will take donations of your time. And the last one we have is something I absolutely love. If you live in the US, go to volunteermatch.org and search by your skill level. You can donate your professional skills to others, and it is a huge donation of a skilled worker to a cause. So besides just ushering or donating your time as a mentor like I did, if you're a graphic designer, you can donate to an organization you want to support. An accountant could definitely donate to something. Of course, there's Nurses Without Borders and Doctors Without Borders, but no matter what you do, you have a skill you can donate. Whether you're an artist, somebody who's good at math, you can even fill out tax forms for the elderly during tax season. There's so many things that you can do. If you have a skill and you don't know where to donate it, dare you to put it in the comments down below, and I will give you ideas about who could use that skill and the donation of your time. Okay everyone, so if you like videos like this about personal finance, side hustles, and living your best life on less money, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And as always, if nobody has told you how special you are today, you are so very, very special to me. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love talking to you all in my comments, and I love getting to know you all in our Facebook group. If you haven't looked that up, it'll be in the description down below. And again, I love you all, and I will talk to you soon.